Hey folks, this is Jesse Akers. Hope all is going well with you. I'm bringing you another tutorial today. We're talking about choosing a niche. This is the very first step of building a niche website, is you actually need to decide what you're going to build the website on. And the very first thing that you're going to need to do is grab a pen and paper and make a list of your interests. List them out. You know, there's there's a debate about this, to whether this is important or not. I personally believe you should be interested in the topic, just for the simple fact that you know, you're not going to want to write about it if you're not interested in it, or you're not even going to want to gather content or talk to people about it. I mean, that's huge to me. You know, I don't want to sit around and talk about Barbie dolls, even if the numbers, you know, through keyword research and stuff, even if the numbers look good. I just have no desire to have a Barbie doll website. So I definitely suggest make a list of your interests and try and pursue something that you consider interesting. Other people may tell you different, but this is just the way that I feel about it. Now, as you start to make your list, there's a few things to keep in mind. One is be spontaneous. Do not overthink this. Just take off listing things. Nothing's written in stone yet. All you're wanting is a list to pull from. So just, you know, if something pops in your head that you're interested in, write it down. Make sure to list at least 10 interests. I mean, you can list 1,000 if you want to. It doesn't matter, but at least 10 interests. Which here in a bit we'll look at how we're going to expand on these 10 interests. But 10 would be a good starting point. You can always go back and redo this whole series over and over if you need to, but make sure to list at least 10. And topics can be broad, like I said before. Just be real spontaneous. You don't have to be specific at this point. Just you know, if you're into cars, write down cars. You know, you don't have to say, well, I'm into muscle cars from 66 to 72 or whatever. Right now, topics can just be broad. So you should have, right now we're looking at least 10 interests that you have written down that are broad and are off the top of your head. Now we're going to dig a little deeper, and you're going to list 3 subtopics for each one. For every one that's on your list, you want to list for that topic 3 subtopics. Now, if there's a couple that you had listed and you're just like, wow, you know, if it's already really narrowed down and you can't figure out 3 topics, don't sweat it. Just go on to the next one. But as you go down through here, you know, just this by itself, even if you only had 10 interests, this should, in theory, is going to give you 30 subtopics. So you actually now you have 30 possible keywords that you're going to be looking at. And I've given an example. For example, let's say cars. If that was on your list, and then you might want to come back and say muscle cars, classic British cars, and tuners. Now, that, like I said, that right there, we've got 3 niches just underneath cars. So that's going to give us something to work with. So this shouldn't take, you know, it shouldn't take a real long time for you to do. Like I said, a lot of this is just real spontaneous, real off the top of your head, because we're going to dig down further as we go on. But so by the time that you're done with this aspect of building a niche website, you should have at least 30 interests listed at this point, and you'll be ready for the next tutorial, which is going to be keyword research. So this is where stuff's going to get a little more interesting. Not that this is boring. I enjoy all of it. So, but keyword research, we're going to dig in on that. I'm going to show you what to do with these 30 plus subtopics that you've come up with, to see what their potential is as far as online success. So be sure to check out, get this stuff wrote down, and be sure to check out the next tutorial, and we'll move on. Alright, well, thanks guys. I look forward to catching you in the next tutorial. Thanks.